when you're just a pretty face.
Just to be whoever you are is no disgrace. Don't be scared if you don't fit in. Look who's in the reject bin. It's the Raggy Dolls.
Raggy Dolls.
Raggy Dolls.
Raggy Dolls.
Dolls like you and me. Raggy Dolls.
Raggy Dolls.
Raggy Dolls.
Raggy Dolls.
Made him perfectly. So if you got a bump on your nose or lumps on your toes, do not despair. Be like the Raggy Dolls and say I just don't care. 'Cause Raggy Dolls,
Raggy Dolls.
Raggy Dolls
Raggy
are
Dolls.
happy just to be Raggy Dolls, Raggy Dolls, dolls like you and me. One day, the Raggy Dolls woke up to find a taxi in front of Mr. Grimes' toy factory. It had brought a man with a pointed beard and a large black hat. "He is French," said Claude. "How can you possibly tell?" snapped Dotty. "He has a French manner about him," said Claude admiringly. "I can tell a Frenchman anywhere." "I wonder what he's come for," said Lucy.
So do I,
said Sadsack.
I bet it leads to trouble.
In his office, Mr. Grimes was looking at the visitor's card with a puzzled expression. It didn't have a name or address on it, just splashes of paint. Very nice," said Mr. Grimes. "And, what can I do for you?" "Andre G. Hamburger's the name," said the visitor. "Founder of the Hamburger School of Toy Art, New York, New York." "Oh, yes," said Mr. Grimes. "I am an artiste," explained Mr. Hamburger. "I produce works of art." "I see," said Mr. Grimes. But he didn't really. Andre G. Hamburger went on. "Now, I've heard tell on the grapevine that Grimes' Toy Factory has got real class. So how's about a lightning tour, buddy? Show me the works." "He isn't French," said Dotty. "He's American." "Well, he has a French name," said Claude. "Andre is a French name." "Well, Hamburger certainly isn't," said Dotty firmly. "They're coming this way. We'd better hide," said Lucy. "Good thinking," agreed Dotty. So the Raggy Dolls hid in the reject bin. One machine was turning out Dutch dolls. Another was making poodles.
They're real cute, but they ain't what I'm looking for. No, siree.
What are you looking for?" shouted Mr. Grimes.
I need something new. Novelties. Dolls with a difference,
yelled Mr. Hamburger.
And when I found what I want, you'll find I ain't mean when it comes to payment.
Mr. Grimes thought hard. Suddenly, he had a brainwave. The reject bin, of course.
I have a special collection of one-off dolls,
said Mr. Grimes.
Each one's different in a different way. Now you're talking,
said Andre G. Hamburger. He picked up Lucy.
Wow!
Then he picked up Sadsack.
Terrific!
And finally, he picked up Claude. In the end, Mr. Hamburger just chose 2 Raggy Dolls, back to front and Dotty. Lucy was still trembling. "Oh, do you think he'll take Dotty and back to front to New York?" she asked. "It's across the Atlantic Ocean," said Princess, "and that's unthinkable. Where's Hi-Fi?"
He has disappeared,
said Claude. The driver hadn't noticed Hi-Fi hide himself at the back of his taxi. Hi-Fi had found himself a safe perch and was waiting. He heard Mr. Hamburger climb in. They were off. When the taxi reached the station, Hi-Fi managed to hide in one of Mr. Hamburger's holdalls. Soon, Andre G. Hamburger, Back to Front, Dotty and Hi-Fi were all on the train, speeding towards London. Dotty and Back to Front huddled together inside the darkness of their box. They would have been very surprised to know that Hi-Fi was in a bag on the luggage rack just beside them. Before long, the sound of the train and the swaying of the carriage sent everyone to sleep. Andre G. Hamburger dreamt of the paintings he was going to sell. His latest work showed a toy tank inside a fish tank. He was going to call it Tank in a Tank. Back to Front dreamt that he was in Mr. Grimes' toy factory again, bobbing up and down on the conveyor belt with dozens of other dolls just like him. Back to Front woke with a start to find himself in Mr. Hamburger's studio. That's funny, he thought. I seem to be flying. Oh, Lord. He looked down and saw that he was attached to a wire coat hanger that was dangling in front of a mirror. He'd been made into a picture. Mr. Hamburger was standing at the other end of the studio. Yes, sirree, he was saying. That's just dandy. I shall call you Mirror Doll. And as for you, sweetheart, I shall call your picture Doll with Splashes. Mr. Hamburger squeezed some glue on Dotty's back and stuck her on a piece of canvas. He sloshed a can of paint all over her. Andre G. Hamburger, you are a genius, said Andre G. Hamburger, admiring his work. There you have it. Doll with Splashes. Mr. Hamburger hung Dotty's picture on the wall beside Back to Front. Then he went off to have some lunch. Well, said Dotty, this is a fine mess. What are we going to do? No problem, said Back to Front. He wriggled and squirmed, but he couldn't get free. I'm stuck too, said Dotty, and I'm beginning to get annoyed. If only Hi-Fi was here, he'd think of something, said Back to Front. Don't be silly, said Dotty. Hi-Fi's miles away. Oh, no, I'm not, cried Hi-Fi. And there he was, balancing on the picture rail just above them. Raggy Doll to the rescue. I've got Mr. Hamburger's wire clippers, and I'll have you free in a jiffy. Hold still. It's your turn now, Dotty, said Back to Front, when he was safely on the ground again. Hi-Fi grabbed one leg, and Back to Front grabbed the other, and together they pulled. They pulled, and they pulled, and they pulled. At last, the glue on her back came unstuck. All three Raggy Dolls lay in a heap on the floor. Well done, chaps, said Dotty. But how do we get home? That's easy, said Hi-Fi. I've invented a button box that'll beam us home. Now that's what I call a real novelty, said Dotty admiringly. He's a doll of the future, all right, agreed Back to Front. Beam away, Hi-Fi. So Hi-Fi pressed the button. And suddenly, the Raggy Dolls weren't there anymore. Mr. Hamburger was very surprised when he came back after lunch. What had happened to his works of art? Jumpin' Jiminy Cricket! Now, where in this little old world did those dolls go? He stared at the empty spaces in his pictures. Then he grinned. Andre G. Hamburger, you are a genius! Next day, people queued for miles to see his exhibition. The Raggy Dolls read all about it in Mr. Grimes' evening paper. There was a big photograph, and underneath it said, Mr. Andre G. Hamburger's toy art exhibition opened in London today. It was the success of the century. 2 pictures, in particular, caused a sensation. They were called Disappearing Doll 1 and Disappearing Doll 2. Disappearing Doll 1 is me, said Back to Front proudly. And Disappearing Doll 2 is me, said Dotty. Claude was studying Hi-Fi's button box.
Tell me, mon ami, he said, could this thing, how you say, beam me à la France?
One day, maybe,
said Hi-Fi.
I'm still working on it.
It's not much of a life when you're just a pretty face. Just to be whoever you are is no disgrace. Look around and you will find people of every kind, like the raggy dolls,
Raggy dolls,
raggy dolls,
raggy dolls,
dolls like you and me. Raggy dolls,
Raggy dolls,
raggy dolls,
raggy dolls.
made imperfectly. So if you're not at ease with your knobbly knees and your fingers are all fuzz, stand on your two left feet and join our raggy doll chums. 'Cause raggy dolls,
Raggy dolls,
raggy dolls
raggy
are
dolls.
happy just to be raggy dolls, dolls like you and me.